What's up, party people? It's your host Sunny Ray on the Sunny Ray Show, right? Today I'm joined by a dear friend, a business partner, a colleague, someone who I've been working quite closely with for a couple of years now, Charles Cormier. Charles, how's it going, buddy?
I'm a bit sick, but I'm happy to be with you. I'm biohack, so hopefully that should all make sense.
Cool, man. Well, Charles, help me kick this off. I was gonna, introduce you, but since you're here, why don't you introduce yourself? Give us maybe like to my audience, all two people watching right now, and my mom. Who are you? What's your story? Maybe from a high level. I mean, maybe I should preface this by saying that, um, my theme, like I was telling you earlier, has really been around building on Bitcoin. I try and
Yeah.
interview entrepreneurs, builders, community builders, really just evangelists, influencers, people whose lives revolve around Bitcoin. You, you're, we should look at your LinkedIn post. Maybe I'll do a little screen share and share
You
it.
don't have any Bitcoin. You missed out. You're poor.
Where is this post, by the way? I'm looking for it. I'm looking for it.
Um, Hey, dude, the first time I heard about Bitcoin, I was in Hong Kong. It was 2014, and I had a good friend, Virgilio something. I need to find him on LinkedIn, and he kept telling me about this Bitcoin thing, but what the fuck could I do, right? Like I didn't had a penny back then. That was like 12 years ago. I was an exchange student or something, and I fucking missed out, bro. And it was probably one of the greatest misses, right? But I think what will be even bigger than Bitcoin will be AI and AGI and the agentic revolution we're gonna go through, right? So just quick intro about me. I'm a serial entrepreneur. And yeah, that's I guess the past version of me. Like I'm very ambitious, and the future version of me is having a critical stake in the agentic infrastructure, which would technically make me and you a trillionaire.
Dang, love it. So what does that mean? Um, where should we
Let's
begin?
unpack all of this.
Let's unpack all this. Yeah. So I guess since we're on the topic of Bitcoin, just curious, what is your perspective of it? Like you did maybe you might want to reference the post you
I
made
love
recently.
Bitcoin.
You love Bitcoin. So well, what do you
Yes.
love about Bitcoin, or what is it that you share in common
Because
with
it's beautiful, it's elegant, it's technical, it's hard to tamper with. But you know what I love even more than Bitcoin? It's the micro strategies and the DeFi dev corps of this world because it gives a common vehicle to the masses to invest in that. Most people don't know how to buy Bitcoins, right? So like I said on Twitter, I love Bitcoin, 90%, 10% crypto, mostly because I'm about freedom, I'm about money, and I'm about technology. So it checks all my boxes.
cool, cool. I think that's a good common ground, yeah. And so So for people that like know me, they probably know that I've been doing a lot of things, really. I do events, I do podcasts, but I would say the thing that I do is mostly business development, sales, technical sales, entrepreneurship, it shows up as, right? But that's kind of the pool that I swim in. And so a big part of what I do is I talk to people and I go to conferences and um one of my wishes, one of my dreams a long time ago was I wanted
I
to be
have
able
a dream.
I have okay, I'm not going to go into song. Let AI do that. But one of my dreams has always been I want to be able to click a button and fill up my calendar with meetings of with people that want to talk to me.
Cool people, founders.
Well, whatever. If I'm raising money, it's investors. If it's partnerships, then so be it. If it's sales, I just want to be able to just fast forward the whole prospecting part and just get on call so that I'm actually selling because that's that's hard in itself. And so I met Charles maybe about I want to say about 2 years ago. Ironically,
Tree. I'm pretty sure tree by now.
by three. So I know a lot of my followers, people that, in my community, my network are building companies, right? I think a lot of us, and if we're not, we're thinking about it. And when you're building a company, one of the most important things, in fact, I would argue the lifeblood of any business is lead generation.
Yes.
And and like I said, I've done conferences, I do podcasts, I do the Reddit thing, I've done Google Ads, and I can talk about Facebook, I can talk about all these things, but ultimately, what are you trying to get at? You're trying to get people's email addresses so that you can reach out to them, set up a time to talk with them, follow up with them. And so Charles, with that said, do you want to talk about what you do and maybe segue into what your background is also and talk about your superpower?
Yeah, it was my dream as well, right? So precisely my first opportunity that I had in this professional world was being a sales rep, right? And we could talk about another moonshot of mine that I'm launching next year that's called Defiant School, right? I wish young people would have more or a smoother transition to the job market. Mine wasn't easy. I was so happy when I got my first sales jobs. I would cold call engineers and architects in Canada with my weird Quebec accent on the phone to sell them LED lights. That was my first serious job. And the guy that gave me that job, he was such an eccentric dude. Like even to this day, like very eccentric guy, but I'm happy I got to meet him because he really sparked the entrepreneurial flame that was already living in me through a seed that my father planted, right? Because my father's an entrepreneur. So I literally did one sale in 2 fucking months after cold calling like what 10,000 engineers and architects, including getting like 5,000 fuck offs, right? So that was my first role in the business world, right? And after that, he just realized that, yeah, my weird accent, my weird voice wasn't gonna sell. So he made me his chief marketing officer. I was pretty good at marketing also back then. I was probably like 19 at that time in Hong Kong, right? Starting my digital nomad journey. And after that, like we started an agency together because he was quite happy with me. I was definitely delivering, but he wasn't. I felt like, right? He would inject money in the company, like what, like 1,000 per week, right? Like not big money. So I was like, fuck, I'm just gonna branch out by my own and launch my own stuff, which I did. My first agency was born. I think I told you about that. Was Facebook ads for realtors. That was very interesting. I brought it to 30K MRR at 22, which isn't that bad. I started traveling the world. I met my wife Nadia, and after that, I saw that the Facebook ads thing wasn't gonna scale. Was B2C, right? I discovered B2B, starting doing LinkedIn outreach, cold email. I discovered cold email was incredible, right? Like you could send 2,000, 3,000 cold email and LinkedIn outreach only 10 to 20 connections a day. And just like you, I always dreamt of having a calendar full, right? Just to talk to so many people as a source of data. Of course, you make sales, you meet cool people. It's just fun. It's a fun workday, right? Obviously, you can cap at some point. You can sort of plateau, which we may talk about in that field, but I achieved it with top leads, right? And then with top leads, after that, the vision would be not to be an agency and a consultant, but actually have shares in company, right? Being an allocator, being an investor. That's been like this year, the main team. So we launched GTM Ventures, Raz Rocket. Yeah, if you don't generate leads, you can still raise capital and yeah, like stay alive, right? Default alive, like Paul Graham from YC would say. So yeah, and I've launched a couple of new hatchlings, some of which I'm bullish about. Just like you, I experiment on a lot of things, but like the experimenting part is also very valuable for me because I developed a very unique product market fit expertise over the last 7 years. So not only am I technical with the cold email stuff and know how to deliver an email, but I know what to sell to whom, right? And biz dev, I still believe is like the number one skill in businesses. Even if you check tip top companies like Airbnb, Stripe, like the YC Hatchling, Most of the value, I would argue, would not only be through product, but also having a non-technical co-founder sell stuff for you. So, yeah, long story short, it's a good life. It's a very nice life that I live, but I always want to challenge myself as well, right? Which is why I do these endurance events and all that crazy shit. Just today, I was looking at another 2 days race, right? I have my Spartan Hurricane 24 hours in 2 weeks from now in the fucking cold, right? So yeah, life's interesting,
Okay.
dude. And
So
then I
so
have you.
so again, I've got I've got big entrepreneurs, small entrepreneurs, startups, guys who are running multi-billion-dollar companies that follow me. So what is it that you know about product market fit? I mean, if a guy's building a billion-dollar company, he's probably figured it out. But like the guy who's getting started, who just raised his first million or 10 million or whatever, and he's got his first 10,000, 100,000 customers and he's scaling up. Well, I guess put the frame around it, B2B, right? That's
Yeah.
the first point. But what is it that you've seen? Because you talk to so many people, you've helped so many people over the years. Well, what do you know? And again, product market fit is kind of everything, right? Like if you don't find
Yeah.
that in your startup,
Black hole
then
type
what
of
are you
skill.
doing? What are you doing exactly, right? So how do you help, or not how do you help, but like what is it that you see that most founders are missing when it comes to that?
Yeah. And even billion-dollar ones, billion-dollar founders, believe it or not, but a lot of them are lucky, right? Or have all the surface indicators potentially showing that they're $1 billion company, but look at them in like 12 months from now, it's like distressed asset sell, right? Is what I found out. So the real interesting people to study is like people that have a system to create success, right? I have some of that, right, with product market fit, but you don't have to look far to look at like people that did it again and again. Elon, Zuckerberg, Paul Graham is probably my favorite guy, right? Like the CEO of Y Combinator, Sam Altman, right? And all of these guys understand product market fit like never before. They use different systems and mechanisms. I feel my system is like the people's system, right? Because Elon, he just speaks to so many people. He's connected to VCs, connected to Wall Street. But my cold email system, it allows us to target one ICP, ideal customer persona, with one offer. And say that I have a roster of 50 clients plus all my businesses. That means I'm testing like 100 offers per month. And I've been doing that since the past 7 years. So I just know I have a compass inside me that when I speak to someone, to a founder and a product idea, I'm like, okay, this guy's not fucking gonna make it. It's like pointless for us to work together. It's just like I'm not bullish on you. And like I've told you many times before, I'm bullish to invest on a founder that's great with a shitty idea, but not the other way around. If the founder's shitty with a great idea, we can't do anything with him because yeah, like I'm gonna take his GTM, his product's gonna be sloppy. We're just gonna waste time and energy, right? So product market fit, long story short, is a complex equation. But if you use cold email, you can have a direct idea and direct feedback in days, as per if people actually want what you sell.
So I mean, B2B SaaS companies are like the thing, right? Or has been, now obviously AI is kind of eclipsing everything, but that has been, been the thing on the valley for such a long time. So there's so many people building companies like that. And so what you're saying is that after trying everything, and so you used to run what you said, cold call centers
Yes.
and
With
used to do
200 employees, I got yeah, it's that
that's
one didn't end
nuts.
up correctly. LinkedIn outreach company, Facebook ads, a nootropics company that was B2C, and so many other things that I actually forget about.
And uh and so you also have this kind of vision around an agentic, like you're kind of done with the whole employee thing. You just
Yeah.
want to be running a company with 10,000 agents,
I
right?
just
So
want to be left alone.
yeah. What's your so
No,
what's your
no,
take on
the real phrase is I just want to make exponential quantities of money with the lowest energy investment. that's my guiding life formula, right? Like if you spend a day in my life, a
Hmm.
lot of people are like, how do you do all these fucking things, right? I'm extremely energy efficient. Like every word that comes out of my mouth, well, I mean, right now might not be the best example because my brain is a bit sloppy, but usually I think about things, and if I interact with someone, it's with a specific goal in mind. I want to achieve something, else I'm just gonna keep silence, right? Like I did these 10 days silent meditation retreat. I love silence, but agentic is the very definition of energy efficiency, right? Because they run on GPUs, on electricity, on these NVIDIA Blackwell chips, and they do stuff for you, and they tend to improve over time on their own. Unlike an employee that needs to be told what to do, they need to have the right skill set. I need to invest time, money, energy into them. I need to manage their drama, right? And I did that for last 10 years. And I manage over 2,000 employees, which is insane. So I played that game like I played it to its maximum output, right? And I can tell you that agencies normally they don't scale, which is why GTM Ventures were becoming a venture studio fund, right? So yeah, agency is equal to no scale, and agentic in the context of sales, it means an agent that would deploy cold email campaigns just like I do, right? Would add the contacts, would create the mailboxes, but it would also in real time evaluate if something works or not through the reply rates, the open rates, all these statistics, right? And then it would hatch another campaign that would be even better than the one it just did. It would do that in real time, so faster than a human could. And that's just exponential shit right there because you can picture product market fit as a stock market, right? It's like real time signal. And once you exactly right now know who is buying what, that might mean that you and I, we might finish up with a $3 million day. It's stuff that we don't even fathom, right? It's like, oh, this fucking guy that we don't have an idea about is interested in buying your stuff. And oh, the agent just did the campaign immediately for him. It just generated a $10 million deal. And we take 30% of that, right? So that's a vision.
Hey, by the way, I bought swarmofagents.ai.
Okay.
About a year ago. I heard some guy from A16Z mention it, and he's like,
Swarm of
2016,
agents.
2026 is going to be all about not just agents, but the swarm, conducting a
Swarm.
swarm of agents. Yeah. It doesn't have
Swarm
a very
keyword.
customer friendly, yeah, vibe. Okay, so a very agentic future, product market fit obsession. One more thing. You're like also this madman, right? You do these like 3 day, what are they called? Like Iron Man,
I do
Superman.
ultras.
What are
The
they
my
called?
last
Ultra.
ultra was was
What the hell's
23
with that? Like
hours.
why would you subject yourself to that kind of pain and agony?
Yeah. Yeah, deep down I'm pretty sure you know the answer, right? Like it's grit. At some point of our personal or business life, we will face gigantic amount of pains, whether it's a loved one that have cancers, you need to be there for them, or someone dies, or you're in this incredibly sketchy situation, right? A lawsuit, whatever. You need to develop this mental grit. And these events, they help my ADHD or high data input brain consolidate information and get insights, right? And I mean, I'm listening to Goggins while I do these things, and it's just a major fucking brainstorm, not brainstorm, brainwash. So every now and then, like us high performers, we plateau, right? It's like, oh, I'm not growing anymore. Shit is boring. For example, right now in the holidays, right? Like things are kind of quiet. And then the brain's like, how the fuck can I grow? That's her obsession, right? It's like 1% better daily. Well, the best way that I found to grow mentally, to be more patient, to be smarter, um, and to be the human being that I want to be is to do these very long and painful events, right? So the next scary one that's coming in 2 weeks, right before or retreat, is Spartan Hurricane Heat 24 hours. It's a bit ironic and bad branding because it's not gonna be a hurricane heat. It's gonna be in the fucking Vermont cold, minus 15 degrees Fahrenheit, and Joe DeSena, the CEO of Spartan, he's gonna throw us into cold rivers at -20, right? And then we're gonna have to rucksack with 40 pounds on our back at his fucking mountain, chop wood for hours, do burpees for hours. It's not fun stuff, right? And it's pretty boring and repetitive, but when the mind struggles like that, and it will in the business or personal context, it just rewires it to be like, hey, chill, you've been through that already, and now you have the reflex to just be a better version of you, meaning happier, richer, everything.
Yeah. Yeah, that definitely resonates. Dude, we gotta hop on another call soon. So
Gotta hop.
maybe close it off with where do people learn more about you on Twitter? Do you have a website? Are you a
Did you see
caveman?
my move there?
I saw it. Don't die. Oh my God, it
Closing
zoomed
it
in on your
off.
face. Wow, okay, this is
Um,
great. Oh no, it's a little bit too close.
Charles Cormier, coach, no, charlescormier.com, gtm.ventures, razrocket.com.
Nice, cool. Okay, sounds good, dude. Thank you everyone for checking. You're probably gonna unfortunately hear a lot more from Charles this year. Happy holidays, wish you Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and yeah, don't drink and drive. Oh, how do I do this here? Stop.